Welcome back. So it's time to do the preview of the four games that's going to be happening tomorrow on Halloween. And because tomorrow is Halloween, I forgot to mention that I'm actually going to be going to a Halloween party at one of my friends' house, and I'm actually going to be leaving there at around 2:30, and I'm not going to be coming back until 10:30 tomorrow night. So I'm going to kind of find in the same situation I was today, where most likely I am going to be missing these two games. Well, I'll still watch majority of this one, but I'll definitely miss watching this game between the Philadelphia Union versus FC Cincinnati. And also, I'm still going to have to make a decision whether or not when I do come back for the Halloween party, do I still do the review late at night or maybe wait until Monday, though there's no guarantee that I want to do it then because I might be called back to work on Monday. But that being said, let us actually begin talking about these four games that happen on Halloween. And one game I will definitely not miss, even though it is a very early start, is Minnesota versus Sporting KC. So the nicest rivalry in MLS is going to be on ESPN, as this game will be a lunchtime kickoff of 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and an incredibly early start on Allianz Field of 12:08 p.m. local time. The Loons, of course, they are the first team out of the playoffs, even though RSL, of course, lost in this game against the Quakes. They're still tied them on points, although as of now, RSL doesn't have that game in hand if you look at the standings. But if Minnesota does win this game, or they get a draw on this one, then they would go above the red line temporarily. Now, for Sporting KC, they are currently tied for the Sounders for that top spot in terms of points, but they do have the tiebreaker and also a game in hand over the Seattle Sounders. And by the way, the record of both of these teams, Minnesota has a 12-9-11 record, while Sporting KC has a 17-7-7 record. And for the Loons, ideally, I would want them to get all 3 points in this game, and even though I know it's going to be against Sporting KC and they have been red hot lately, this is, I believe, the last game that the Loons are going to be playing at Allianz Field at home, at least if they don't get the top fourth seed in this one. So this is the last shot for this team to do well at home and finish strong at home, and most importantly, improve their playoff chances. Because if they get a draw in this game, or worst case scenario, get a loss in this game, then it gets a little bit tricky heading into decision day, and that they really have to rely on RSL. Hope to drop some points, and also the Galaxy losing or drop points against the Seattle Sounders on Monday. So yeah, for me, I hope that they at least get 3 points in this one, but it's not going to be easy because Sporting KC themselves, they want to wrap up this top spot as soon as possible. They don't want to wait until the final day, knowing the fact that, for all those teams that still have 2 games left, what's going to be really tricky and kind of frustrating is the fact that they're heading into decision day, which is the most important week of the season, and the fact that they're coming off of playing on decision day. It's like the third game in 7 days. I mean, that's kind of the problem with this season schedule, and I kind of saw this in the beginning, where it's gonna be a little bit frustrating and kind of a disadvantage for all these teams that have to play a midweek games and then play on decision day. Because I know before, that was not the case. Where I don't think any team play in the middle of the week leading up to decision day. But again, for Sporting KC, if they want to wrap up for that top spot and don't have to worry about anything on decision day, they need to, of course, get a win in this game, and also hope that, or actually also get a win in the middle of the week. But now moving on in terms of the next game, and that, of course, is the Houston Dynamo against the Colorado Rapids, which will kick off right after the game between Minnesota and Sporting KC finish at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, and the actual kickoff is 2:08 p.m. local time. The Dynamo, of course, they're already eliminated from playoff contention with a 6-12-14 record, while for the Rapids, they still have a shot for the top spot in the West, though it's kind of a fringe shot because, not only the fact that they're 3 points back of Sporting KC and Seattle for that top spot, they also don't have that game in hand like Sporting KC had over them. So yeah, they kind of need to win out if they want to get the top spot. But at the same time, if they are able to get a win in this game, then they pretty much have solidified that third position in the Western Conference. So yeah, we'll see how they'll do in this game. And I know that this game for them. They're going to be favorites against the Dynamo, but you know, Houston, even though they're being eliminated, they're still playing strong, especially when they're playing at home. So don't be surprised if the Rapids, you know, they might find it tough when they go on the road against the Dynamo, but we shall see if they can, of course, get 3 points to not only secure themselves third position in the West, but maybe even trying to go and trying to maybe make it a three-horse race in terms of who gets the top spot in the Western Conference. But now moving on into the next match. And that, of course, is Orlando City versus Nashville SC. So this is another game where, you know, seedings is basically what it both of these teams is going to play for. Pretty much all these matches except for this one where seedings is basically what it's played for, because for most of these teams they have already clinched playoff position, or in some cases we have one team that has been eliminated. This team also have been eliminated because and have won the wooden spoon, and then we have you know, Minnesota of course battling for the playoff position. But besides that, both Cincinnati, or not Cincinnati, Philly, Orlando, Nashville, Sporting KC, and Colorado has already clinched their playoff position. Well, actually, I take that back. I don't think Orlando has clinched their playoff position yet, but they're pretty close to do so. As they're coming into this game with a 12-11-9 record, while Nashville has a 12-6-4 record. This game, of course, will start at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, but the actual kickoff is 4:08 p.m. local time, and I believe this game is going to unfortunately be on Twitter. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate situation. I mean, I was already kind of annoyed with the way that there's back-to-back Twitter game to start my morning, but the fact that there's going to be another Twitter game here, and I know that Monday game is also going to be on Twitter, yeah, it just feels like Twitter has a monopoly in terms of making sure the most important game of the season has to be on that. But, you know, coming into this one, Orlando, they currently are actually 3 points above the red line, but like I said, they're sitting in a pretty comfortable spot where they should be able to clinch the playoffs very soon. Well, for Nashville SC, you know, they already clinched the playoff position, but you know, currently they have a 2-point lead on both NYCFC and the Philadelphia Union, and again, oh yeah, I already mentioned the record for both of these teams, but yeah, it should be a very interesting game, and you know, again, for Orlando, if they can get a win in this game, they should pretty much wrapped up their chances of making the playoffs, because right as of now, I don't think they're actually 3 points above the red line anymore. I think they well, actually, I'll probably double check again once I do finish this preview, but you know, again, if they get a win in this game, they should be able to clinch playoff position. But now moving on into the last game of this preview, and that, of course, is the Philadelphia Union versus FC Cincinnati. So this should be a free win for the Union, because we know Cincinnati has absolutely checked out after not only they have already eliminated and win the wooden spoon, but they just cannot stop losing. Like, I think Cincinnati, they have now lost like 9 or 10 games in a row, and they currently have like the longest losing streak in the league right now. But that being said, this game will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, but the actual kickoff is 7:38 p.m. local time. And of course, the Union is currently tied with NYCFC for third position, but they do have that game in hand, and this is the game in hand that they have. But like I said, this should be a victory against Cincinnati. I mean, surely, there's no way the Union should be losing to a team that, you know, as much as I want to say Cincinnati could maybe surprise people and be a spoiler, they have literally found every single way in the book to lose games, and at least in during this losing streak. And yeah, I just think the Union should be able to win this game, and now watch how that's not going to be the case, because you know how I never learned my mistake of the fact that I should never say that a team is going to definitely win this game, because you know how MLS works. Sometimes crazy things can happen, but you know, just for this game's sake, I hope the Union does win, because if they don't win, then I think Union fans are going to be getting on my case of once again jinxing them, and basically tell me to never ever said that one team is heavy favorites and they're going to win the game, because MLS is basically a league of parity and stuff like that. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this 4 games, and also let me know in the comments your prediction for all 4 of these games. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.